and it gets kind of silly. I might watch a couple more of them to see if I get into it more, but judging from the first one, it doesn't seem like it's all that great.
Oh
But
no, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
sometimes it takes a couple I'll give it a couple episodes because sometimes it takes a couple
Okay.
to
Oh
figure out
God.
what it is.
Speaking of like, give it a couple episodes. So the other night, so I think it was like Christmas Eve. My wife was like, the kids go to bed. She's like, let's watch something together. I'm like, cool, let's watch something together. So first we watched like the newest Jeff Dunham special, which I laughed at. And then she's like, hey, there's this show that my friend likes to watch. Let's check out the episode. I said, well, what is it? She goes, well, it's called Rain. So I'm like, okay. It had to. She's like, it deals with Mary Queen of Scots. I'm like, okay, so like a period piece show. I'm all for like, like, I love the Tudors. I thought the Tudors were a great show. She puts on this episode, and it's like Clueless and CW meet medieval times. To the point that they're at this like royal ball, but they're playing pop music at this royal ball. And I'm like,
Oh
what
my God.
the fuck? And
Dude, I'd be like too into that shit. Be like, nope,
I
something
was like
else.
slamming my fists on the side of my chair because I was like, first and foremost, the editing is just fucking horrible. It is like rapid fire editing. So it's like scene, 2 seconds, scene, 2 seconds, scene. I mean, there's no like smooth transition. It's just pop, 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 pop. And they do not introduce really any of the characters. You don't know who any of these motherfuckers are. It's the first episode. You're supposed to like introduce who these people are.
Was there like a comic book that came out that you're supposed to buy?
Well, it's like, okay, they have like this prince. There's a prince. He's the Prince of France. And he goes into his room, and there's a girl in there, and they start boning. And I'm sitting there going, like, they have this dialogue that makes it seem like they know who each other are, but you as the audience don't know who the fuck this woman is. She's just some weird bitch that showed up in his room, and they freaking boned, And it makes no fucking sense. So she was like, what do you want to watch the next episode? I'm like, fuck no, I don't want to watch the next episode. I will fucking go fucking nuts. So then I watched the Three Musketeers, and she calls me out because she's like at the end of the movie ends and the credits start, but during the credits, you get that great song by Sting, Rod Stewart, and Bryan Adams. And she's like, they're playing pop music. I'm like, but it's during the credits. It's not in the movie. It's not during the action of the movie. And plus, it's the credits, and plus, it's Bryan Adams, Sting, and Rod Stewart. Okay, you can't say fucking shit about Sting, Bryan Adams, and Rod Stewart. Okay, because if you say something bad about Sting, he'll be watching you, Chief. Every step you take, he'll be watching you.
I'm always looking over my shoulder for Sting.
He's everywhere.
I
Every
talked
breath
shit
you
about
take.
him back in 1992.
Every breath
Been
you
watching
take.
for him ever since.
He the ultimate creeper.
Since I was a junior in high school.
But that's my thing. So then after that, I was like, well, look, there's a show on Netflix. It's called Myth and Monsters, and Chief. Let me tell you, this is fantastic. So it's called Myth and Monsters. First of all, it is hosted by a 70-year-old British guy, and he's, full blown suit, white beard. He's in a library with multiple like first edition books.
Like Edinburgh from Jurassic Park.
Yeah. And he's at a desk, and he's just
welcome to Myths and Monsters.
That's basically, and he's like, then like the first episode is like heroes and villains, and it talks about like King Arthur and Odysseus, and the monsters and the quest that they went on, and then there's like a whole episode talking about like Celtic myths and like fairies and the other world and what happens when heroes would get caught in the other world and get lured in by fairies. Oh man, and all the visuals are shown through like old paintings and old illustrations that people did during like the Renaissance and things like that. They talk about Sigurd from the Viking mythology, and I'm
looking at my Tolkien legend of Sigurd and Gudrun.
Yeah, oh god, they talk about him fighting Fafnir the dragon, and how he killed the dragon, and they actually do talk in there about how a lot of these old myths, if you watch things like Tolkien and things like that the inspiration from these old myths that kind of helped to build like Tolkien's world and these other fantasy worlds.
Oh yeah, I mean Tolkien took just about everything from other things and put it all together in one world.
Dude, it is great. Myths and Monsters, I highly recommend it. It is fucking amazing.
I have been looking high and low for movies to do new commentaries on, and I just found the Red Brown and Strike Commando. Get another Red Brown one on the horizon for everybody.
Oh yeah, I found Hercules in New York.
Oh, that's a good one.
With Arnold.
I want to find, is it the version where they've dubbed him, or is it the version where they put his regular voice into it?
I'm not sure. It's on Hulu. There's one it's on Hulu and on Netflix. There's two I have to see which versions are on which.
The best one, because they did. I would swear that movie they overdubbed Arnold the first time I saw it, and he had a really, hey, how you doing? You know, like a regular voice, like they would dub over a kung fu movie. And then I saw it again not too long ago, and it was just Arnold's regular voice in it, and they used his regular audio track for it. So I know for a fact that there's a really funny, weird one where it's overdubbed Arnold through the whole thing with a different voice.
We've been looking high and low. If you haven't checked it out, we do have our commentary for Star Wars Holiday Special up on the YouTube, so make sure you check that out. We've spent a lot of time on that one. And a lot of editing time on that one. God damn.
Yeah, there was some sort of glitch in the middle of it, but it worked because I previewed it and it sounded good.
Sounds fantastic. So make sure you check that out. We are looking forward to a lot of those in 2018. A lot of those. We've got a lot on the horizon.
With Amazon Prime and YouTube, the possibilities are endless. Just. The hits keep coming from Amazon Prime. And what's funny is a lot of those shitty movies I'm finding on Amazon Prime are also available on YouTube for everybody. So
I mean, maybe one day we'll do like special because everybody's done it, but maybe we should do our own spin on things like Manos or something like that.
Yeah, maybe we should do a classic one that everybody's done. Plan 9 would be my choice for number one. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I wanted to let people know that when we do the commentaries, we're gonna try to make them all as accessible, like as YouTube or Netflix or something as possible, because I discovered there is a discrepancy in runtimes from like Amazon to YouTube, and with RoboWar, the first 8 seconds are dead on with that matchup, but if you watch the Amazon Prime one, the movie starts getting ahead of the track. If you do it with the version that we watched on YouTube, the same one that we watched, then it stays right on with it. So there is a difference. So as best you can, try to watch the movie versions that we recommend.
Yeah, they're the ones that we'll put. I usually put them down in the description, so you'll have them readily available.
Yeah. Usually, yes. There's always a link spin, but so far, all of them are you can get to them on YouTube, I think, and watch with just a link to YouTube.
Yeah, we got a lot of that. I can't wait for 2018, man, and that's only a few days away, and we're going to be doing a lot of that. Have you finished?
Cool Beer's coming up soon.
Cool Beer's coming. We're this next year, so Cool Beer will be back at least twice.
2 giant DC events, and Cool Beer is just about to come on. Must be an alignment of the planets.
Yeah. Well, guaranteed you're going to have Cool Beer twice because we're going to have he'll be on episode 175 and episode 200 because next year we will be hitting the 200th episode of this show.
That's right.
I mean, we're about to hit longer than most television sitcoms.
That's right.
We will have
just hanging in there. We refuse to die.
We will have more episodes than most of Marvel Comics have issues over the last decade.
Right.
That is insane to think about. We're gonna have a lot of commentary tracks. Have you finished The Devil's a Part-Timer yet?
I haven't finished. I've got a couple episodes left here, and I need to. I'm probably not gonna do it tonight because this room right here it's like below zero, and this room is really
That's
fucking
why he's
cold.
got a scarf on.
Yeah, I've got a scarf and a coat on, and a little tiny heater right here to make this room warmer. But it is cold as fuck in here. So, but we do need to get together and have a meeting here while you're off to figure out how we're gonna shoot the review and all that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I've been watching one I think you'll like. It's called "Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?"
See, I'm telling you, weirder the better, I guess. If you're gonna make me watch shit, the weirder the better.
This one is
Because
good.
at
This
least
one's good.
well, this one, the one I'm watching now, I don't really have anything bad to say. I don't have anything funny to say about it because it's pretty cool. The only, like I said last time I talked about it, the only thing I could say is every once in a while that dubbing gets annoying. It really bugs me
Yeah.
sometimes.
I've been working on rewriting scripts for video game reviews. I've got ideas in my head of how I'm going to do it. It's just getting the editing down. I have isolated the opening track for the reviews. Our opening song for Renegade Gaming, which was created by our good friend Levi, who also did the Nerd Rage Renegades theme song. And I've been doing gameplay footage, capturing gameplay
You have a
footage.
new theme song? I haven't heard the new one. Have you sent it to me yet?
It's the Renegade Gaming one. It's the theme song for Renegade Gaming. It's the one I've actually used it. I want to say when we did the unboxing. I'll send it to you. It's cool. It's like he did it for me maybe like a year or two ago.
I'm sure that I had to have heard it because you would have
I'm
you would
sure
have
you
sent
did.
it to me.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like a Genesis game. The way he did it and the way I told him about it, he made it really sound like it's like a theme song you could have heard on like a Sega Genesis game. It's really really good. I'll send it to you. But I've been working on that, working on some stuff. Of course, doing some gameplay footage. Goat Simulator's up on the YouTube. It's about 30 minutes or so of me just fucking around on Goat Simulator. No audio because I don't have a headset yet, but just some real funny goat slamming into multiple shit action. It's fucking hilarious.
What have they got in it? Like, how many different properties? The real turtles are in it? You can like really the
They're
real
not.
Ninja Turtle?
Well, it's supposed
Like
to be
knockoff brand turtles?
It's knockoff. It's guys in like green sweatsuits with like colored masks on, but they're in a sewer. They're in the sewer and they're dancing.
Oh,
and,
okay.
like,
So it's like just a hint at.
Yeah,
It's
a hint at the turtles. But when you start attacking them, they start like attacking you with like kicks and punches. But you can't stop the goat. The goat's like fucking all powerful. The fuck. And what's really funny is like the goat can lick things. So like I can lick people and drag them around town, and it's hilarious. Like there's the game. I first found the game because James and Mike played it on James and Mike Monday, the Goat Simulator game, and I was dying laughing while watching them play that, and I had to get it.
I was watching gameplay of Gang Beasts. Djibouti was doing Gang Beasts, and that game looks fun too. Because they're like weird like floppy jelly people, and you wrestle.
Oh. You know what? We haven't talked about it yet. I don't think you've gotten it yet, but the new Resident Evil downloadable content is out.
Oh no, you've played it. I haven't got it yet. Oh,
yeah. So there's two different downloadable contents. I've played one. I haven't played the End of Zoe, but I've seen the End of Zoe, and it's really really good. But I've played the Not a Hero downloadable content. So December 12th, Capcom released 2 DLCs for Resident Evil 7, which Chief and I reviewed at length on this show, which we loved. Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Great game. So you get 2 downloadable contents. The first one,
I'd go so far as to say it brought the franchise back from Doom.
Definitely. So the first one it's like $13. You got to buy it. It's called The End of Zoe, and it tells what happened to Zoe. Because in the game, there's a part where you have your wife Mia and you have Zoe, and you can see which one you want to give the cure to.
Yeah.
And one, it leads you to the good ending. One leads you to the bad ending. Which, if you pick Zoe, it's the bad ending. So this tells what happens after you gave Mia the cure and rode off. This tells you what happened to Zoe. And it introduces another member of the Baker family, which is Jack's brother. And this dude is a badass, man. This dude's a motherfucking badass. He is fucking amazing. But then the other one, which is free, it's a free download, which I love that. I love that Capcom said there's a content you have to buy, but we're also gonna give you a free downloadable content game. We're gonna give you the Not a Hero, which you take control of Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
And it is Chris Redfield, and you're going after Luke Baker. So remember in the game, you took out Jack, you took out Marguerite, but you never really caught Lucas. So This one is Chris going after Lucas, and he's in the mines, and it is so good. Chris has a shotgun, he's got a handgun, he's got a knife, he's got grenades.
Got a shotgun.
He's got a shotgun. What? What is this? You were almost a Jill sandwich. But I was playing